Girl.
God damn it.
Girl. Hey, girl.
Hold on, let me get comfortable.
Just to to level set this episode, I have seen Alexandra a lot this week, but we haven't seen each other for 24 hours, and it has been the most adventurous, thrill-seeking,
girl,
3-day weekend feeling
in 48 hours.
First 80-degree day in New York. A lot has happened.
The first thing I was gonna say on the podcast today was I feel like I haven't seen you in 6 days. Then I was like, it's Sunday, and I last saw John Friday night.
Technically Saturday morning because we were out late.
Technically, I might have left at 11:59 p.m.
Yeah.
Where do we even start?
The show.
Okay, yes, we have to start the show, and also we will give context that, yeah, this is going to be the famous, like, first 80-degree weekend in New York that, like, was making headlines and, like, all over TikTok. So this was that weekend.
This was that weekend, and it started with, we talked about last episode.
The best night of my life.
The best night of my
It was a bigger night for me than it was... No.
My what I've been calling my Donna and the Dynamos for one night and one night only, me blowing off the dust of my BadJon. So I performed in New York for the first time, which was like so crazy.
It was it.
Girl, I tore that shit up.
You tore that shit up. John opened up. John went like a cold crowd. Like, granted, was the crowd full of everyone that adores and loves him? Yes. Yeah. But we paid tickets to get in. You, like, cold crowd, like, not a full club, like, no... The ambiance was not that warmed up. Cute venue though.
Really
I
cute
really
venue.
liked the venue. Like there was like a stage. It was like so. John. Also, the best part of the performance is that John was also doing crowd work.
Well, because I was told to do a 45-minute set.
That's
insane. I have 4 songs, so I said I'll do my 10 minutes of music.
Do you think you're better than?
Yeah, so I was like in the middle of songs, I'm gonna do some stand-up.
I was like, because it was so funny because pre-podcast all of this, John once mentioned that you wanted to do like one set, like a stand-up, like 15 minute, because I also was like, I'll do a poetry reading if you do the stand-up.
Yeah.
So we'll count that. But how does it feel to have performed? What was the process? How were the nerves? Tell us everything.
Like, I mean, so I knew I was performing like a month ago, which is the longest I've had to prepare for a show. And I did rehearse like a lot. Anytime that my roommate, hi Eli,
I miss Jerry.
Anytime he left, I would go in my bathroom, turn on the fan with my mic, warm up and do my set 3 times. It got to a point where I was like, are my neighbors going to come knock on my door and be like, shut up?
No, wait, your neighbors are Shazamming? They're like, never wait, this shit got a hit.
And I would say, like, because it was like such a long prep period, I was kind of like, oh, like I know this thing is happening, but it's so in the back of my mind. The weekend before,
really?
I was so nervous.
And John keeps the shit to like himself, like literally.
Yeah, I was so nervous because it's like I haven't performed live in like 3 years. So I just like completely forget the feeling. I haven't done my own stuff in like such a long time. And also I feel like performing your own art, I'm kind of inherently like, are people gonna like it?
It's insane.
Like, is it bad? Like,
yes.
is this chuggy that
I'm doing? Are all my friends
this?
lying to me? Yeah, that's what I do.
Are my friends lying to me? Literally, is everyone out to get me? So I was nervous because like all of that came back to me, which is by no means like I felt that as I was making this music, because I think every artist kind of has like imposter syndrome as they're creating. So yeah, that was all coming back. And then it was just like the day of, our friend Olivia texted me and she's like, show day, how do you feel? And in all caps, I said, I forgot about pre-show jitters. I'm shaking.
Okay. So maybe John wasn't quiet about it, but
no,
Olivia?
I was Rousey. Okay. But I'm also like, it's different. Like I'm at my 9-to-5 job doing like Excel number crunching, being like, no one here knows I'm about to put on these leather gloves and sing this music in a couple hours.
Oh my god! Which was for Carlos, our friend Carlos's birthday. It's been Carlos's birthday for what?
It's
a
been
month
Carlos's
now.
birthday for a month. Which happy to celebrate them as long as they need us to.
Of course.
But yeah, it was so fun. My soundtrack was amazing. The sound system there. Mama, after my sound check, I went to Carlos and I said, and that's how my shit is supposed to sound.
The lighting? Have you seen the videos?
I have, yeah.
And also during Carlos's set, like the lighting was incredible.
The lighting guy did that on the fly. He didn't rehearse with us. He just like watched our sound check and was like, all right, like I got it.
The taunt belt and the slow crescendo of red light. Yeah. I was mesmerized and I was doing my best to keep quiet.
Yeah, all I can say is after I left stage, I think I yelled into the mic, I'm finally done.
Oh, yeah.
I wore sunglasses. My eyes were closed the entire time, which was kind of nice. But yeah, I literally left stage, gave my friends a hug, and was like, let's go smoke a cigarette. I want 3 shots from the bar when I get back here. And then I proceeded to get really drunk. But yeah, it was like the best night of my life.
You finished and I immediately like went to the bar, which, okay, like, because Carlos like booked out this place or whatever, so the bartender was kind of treating it like, I don't know, his own night out, because that man was never behind the fucking bar. Like, you finished and I wanted to get you a shot really quickly, and he's over there talking to the DJ.
Because they had a buyout after our performances, and it was a 5K minimum buyout. So they were, when we were doing soundcheck, the GM came up and he was like, excited for your show, but you got to be out of this place by 10:15.
Okay.
He's like, we got an expensive buyout. So they were probably just like,
Other
this
priorities.
is the warm up for the night. They didn't give a fuck about us.
But that was such a smart birthday idea, because Carlos was like also an amazing performer, and like,
oh my God.
love. Also, it was so cute, like seeing y'all like all like jump around over there. And Carlos be like,
And during Carlos' set, they came up and like took a sip of my tequila soda, and I was like, that is so pussy. Like, that's so cunt.
And then Megan's. Oh, but yes, it was like such a good idea to like, Carlos was like, I'm gonna perform, but I also want to book my friends.
Yeah.
Like they booked John, and they also booked
Meg.
Meg,
who DJ'd. Great
Angel
DJ.
Wings down.
Yeah, giant angel wings.
Come on,
the entire
NYU.
time. And her set was great. It sounded like
great.
a legit club set.
She played one song that I've like never heard in a club before, that I was like, this needs. Was it ha? Yeah.
Whatever like cowabunga song is.
So that was Friday.
That was Friday, and that was so fun.
Yes. And you know, I might have a, well, now I'm scared to say, because what if it all goes to shit?
Well, that's part of the reality of it.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So my love life.
Drum roll. Alexandra has a
crush. That's mutual.
L is for the way you look.
Roaches on my scalp.
Oh my God.
Yes, I don't want to go too into it or whatever,
No,
but
you have to.
that was a big part of the night. That is a big part of this weekend feeling like 7 days, because I'm now understanding that when you have a crush to do stuff with, it's like the diversifying of your plans.
It's a time commitment.
I am now, because now I also have this new job, right? And I cannot stop thinking about that, like that triangle that ran Tumblr that was like, you can't have all 3, like work, friends, love life. And for my entire life, I have had work and friends. Well, no, wait, that's a lie. Well,
no friends. You had no friends and no job. No friends, no bitches, no job. Oh my God.
Shut your ass up. What I mean is, I often excel in the work and the friends part, but the love life is like, mama, Sahara Desert. But now, am I kind of
like your vagina?
Like your vagina. Now, am I struggling at work? Yes. But do I have a crush that kind of likes me back? Well, yes.
You're not struggling. You're new to your job.
I'm new, but for some, we can't get into that.
We can't
That's
get into
crazy.
it.
And so like we went on a date on Thursday night, and the day after I got drunk at a movie and fell asleep during it, but that was also because I was so exhausted. So then got dinner, and then at dinner I was like, oh yeah, and then my friend John's performing, and they were like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, do you want to come? And they were like, wait, yes. So now it's honestly similar to us meeting John at Ladyland.
Yeah.
Like, not, it just kind of like, okay, going with it, because now suddenly I'm like, oh my God, this person is going to meet a diversity of friend groups. Yeah. Like, what'd you say, Miss Spider? And so
weaving your web.
Yes. And so it was just a night of me like navigating that as well, but it like worked really well. They were like, yeah, I could not believe it. They were just so relaxed.
They were really relaxed.
We were like getting on the G train, and I was like, I'm about to pass out. And they were like, oh yeah, well, everyone was cool. I'm like, you just met a slew of personalities. So that was Friday.
Yeah, I got to meet Alexander's crush for the first time, and I'm excited to see them again. But yeah, you were. I feel
How was I?
You were the hardest working person in that room. You were balancing the multiplicity of different relationships you had.
The amount of pronouns I was balancing in that room.
The amount of pronouns you were balancing.
I was juggling 80 different pronouns. Everyone was a they that night. I didn't give a fuck.
Everyone was a they, on top of also like being number one hype bitch in the audience. The number of videos I've looked at from the night where you just hear Alexander in the back saying the lyrics in her deep ass voice. Or like I'll be like, all right, this next song is called Vengeance. Yeah. Which thank you.
Oh my god, because and I was really trying to keep it together. I told you I was rehearsing, trying not to act a fool that night. And yeah, because also when you bring someone new to meet friends, whether it's a friend, partner, whatever, it's like I didn't know, because they're kind of like more shy, quietish, and so I don't know if they were the kind of shy and quiet where it's like you need to like help me throughout the night. Yeah, they're the shy, quietish where I'd be like, where did they go? And my friend Libe, who came, different friend group, thank you for coming, Libe, was like, I think they went somewhere. I was like, where?
Oh, Libe, so nice to meet you that night.
But yeah, I did like tell Brio, I did tell them, I was like, I'm just gonna have to do my little moment for a moment. But yeah, so that was Friday. What did you stay out longer after? I went home. I was like, I'm so tired.
I went to like some bar. The bartender kept giving me free shots.
Really? The international place?
International bar.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, I went up and asked for a water, and she gave me water, then went, in the future, the water jug's over there, but here's a shot.
Was that the cup that they... Oh, my God.
Yeah, I got free shots. My other friend, Olivia, got a boob job, so we went in the bathroom, and she showed me her breasts and let me touch them.
She got a boob job?
She got a boob job, yeah.
That's so funny. I kept being like, you look great tonight.
Yeah, she looked... amazing. She always looks wonderful. Yeah. But yeah, so I felt some booby. In my true pop star fantasy, performed, got free drinks, touched boobs.
Friday was tea. Friday was
a tea. So then, yeah, I wake up violently hungover.
Wait, okay, pre that though. So everyone in New York City, like, because we are New York's new premier trash podcast. Saturday, people were talking about Saturday like on Wednesday because the weather app said 76 degrees and it originally said 76 degrees and cloudy and rain, but then it switched up to sun. And so like I saw TikTok, someone, maybe I'll put it in, it was like, 'twas the night before like March blankety blank Saturday all through the night, and people in the comments were like, me and my girls went home to the club from the club early so we could wake up and enjoy it. Like, as someone from California, y'all bitches are thirsty.
Which was the night before Saturday, and all through the house, all the creatures were stirring, all of them out. Mouses, mice. Whatever, we got rats. There are rats everywhere.
And so I wake up, I'm feeling good. You were hungover?
I wake up, when you wake up hungover.
Yes.
And like your heart kind of like resets and you go, you like
Thurman,
gasp yourself awake.
The Severance elevator.
Literally the Severance elevator. Yeah. It was like that kind of hungover.
Yeah.
Because also I do have a habit of when John is such a wonderful partner because the number of times I get so drunk, flash forward, it's me eating Taco Bell, crying in bed, and then I wake up the next morning like, how are you? And he's like, how are you, girl? Like, are you good? So yeah, I woke up and like John, because of the prophecy of this Saturday, like we had been planning at the members club that I just joined. We were like, because
we will be getting a sponsorship soon
because I have a rooftop pool. We had been planning like since Wednesday, like we're doing a pool day. But I was like, we need to get there early, and so we wake up a little late. It's like 11 o'clock. When you're hungover and you want like 5 minutes to lay in bed.
5?
I want like 2 hours.
2 hours.
I was like, from 30 seconds after my eyes opened, I was dressed. It was like that kind of like get up and like run and get everything together.
Well, because I had been texting you because I like woke up at like 8 a.m. like fresh faced, and you like had been texting you as thoughts were coming up in my brain or whatever, and you
like 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly, and you didn't respond until 11:30. Just like, we're on our way.
Yeah.
I like woke up, went to the local cafe, got an iced coffee and some fresh focaccia. Ate the focaccia, ate like a hard-boiled egg that I prepped the night before. Went on a little run.
Prepped hard-boiled egg?
Well, I prepped it like 2 days before. I forgot about it. Refrigerator. Anyways, I love a cold hard-boiled egg.
Oh, I like a warm one.
Anyways, how was the pool?
So fun. It's like a beautiful pool. I will say the hot tub wasn't working. It was like cold, and the showers weren't working. They were cold.
No one was ready. The infrastructure in the city was not ready for the 76
But the pool was amazing. Like we got like little like iced coffees, and we're just like laying out and like tanning, and it was
I just realized we're talking about yesterday.
Oh shit.
I feel like we were talking about 2 weeks ago. What happened?
I was at the pool 24 hours ago.
No, literally, probably less than. Like I'm talking like, oh,
shit.
TBT. Because then we have to talk about, were you outside during the hard shift? Where sudden, like, y'all, the earth, we got like maybe 30 days left.
We felt the earth move under our feet. We felt the sky tumbling down. Oh yeah, because there was an actual earthquake in Asia, right?
God, and that's not even funny. It was so sad.
Girl, it's time's ticking.
Yeah.
TikTok. Doomsday countdown clock in Union Square is starting to speed up a little bit.
Because me and Crushy Crush were at Fort Greene Park, like sitting like with our kava, who the kava person downtown Brooklyn, you were very nasty and rude to me, but I'm gonna let it slide because y'all were slammed.
Put them on blast.
Yeah, the girl, you were sweet and you were working your ass off. The guy, your days are numbered. And it just got so cold, and I am learning with dating because I've never had to like incorporate another person like closely into my life. Mama, I want to go home. Like, and it has nothing to do with the person. But like, it got cold. I had been out for a minute. I was like, I want to go get in bed by myself.
I got a text from Alexandra because I invited her to the pool and she said no, which was, girl, that's how
how'd
you
it feel? How the tables have turned.
Girl, sit your fucking bony ass down. You ruin every day. You've done enough. I famously, we all make the mistake of like, we kind of get a crush and then we like we flake on our friends.
Girlfriend, boyfriend, partner island.
But I texted Alexandra and I was like, you want to come to the pool? And she was like, I think I gotta go to this flea market. I said, I've lost you to love already. Yeah, the fact that you said no to a pool day on the first 8
is
day,
crazy.
A testament to crush.
Yeah,
you're doing your big one, and good for you. But what was I saying?
Well, I was just talking about how I wanted to go home.
Oh, but so I was at the pool. Alexander texted me. I think we went from the pool to get dinner at the members club. So we were inside, and I got a text from you that was like, "Did you feel how cold it got?" In all caps, she goes, "I felt the wind shift and started looking up bus routes."
Well, and then like, cause for the sake of communicating, cause like when it comes to dating, I'm like most insecure about like physical communication because I've gotten feedback. I am like cold, solid as a rock, bitch. Like someone could be like, we're on New Year's where Missy was like, did Alexander like mad at me or something? Yeah. So I like to communicate in order to tell people how I'm feeling. And I was like, you might notice that I need to go home to reset sometimes. But it's nothing personal. And they were like, yeah, because the second it got cold, you were looking up bus time.
Just silent on your phone.
I was like, so the B-38.
Oh my God.
And then you were going to go to a show after.
So you had texted me it was cold and I was like, shit, because I'm in... It's and because like in New York, especially on like the first warm day, I've got my little bag, I've got my shorts on, my little crop tank top, and I'm like out the door with nothing else.
I'm telling you, everyone was walking like from the park in their shorts.
So John and I had to stop in an L train because we left from the members club because we got lottery tickets to see Moulin Rouge on Broadway. So we left, and it's fucking like so cold. So there's like a
heater cold. Like turn the heater on.
There was an L train vintage on the way to the train.
Brooklyn trash.
So we were like, let's just like hop in and grab like a hoodie.
Smart.
We hop in. They go, sorry, we're closing. I literally went, I was like, I need to run to that one rack and I'll grab the first thing I see. And they were like, whatever. I actually got this like really cute like New York Giants satin lined hoodie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Really cute. It actually like looked great with my outfit.
The perfect day. Nothing's getting.
But so then John and I go see Moulin Rouge, which, girl, fierce seats.
Is it good? Like,
the coolest production I've seen of a show? Like, it was so immersive. Mm-hmm. Everyone in the cast was fucking sexy. Ooh, because it's like a burlesque like kind of themed show. Mm-hmm. We were like maybe like 10 rows from the front of the stage. Like, it was, I could see people like spit when they sang.
Okay, that's when you know.
The one thing. I've never seen this show.
Okay.
I didn't know it was a jukebox musical.
I don't know anything about Moulin Rouge.
Like isn't
it Christina Aguilera? Hey.
Yeah, it's that like the one song that's like written is like the Gitchy Creole Lady Marmalade.
What songs are they singing? The rest
of the songs are like pop culture songs. Like when I tell you the second song they did, there was like an interlude. They go so fresh and so clean. Da 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 da.
Under 3000.
I looked at John and I was like, "This is from this." I was like, "Fresh and clean is from Moulin Rouge."
So like this rendition that is out right now is a jukebox.
Well, they're all like the movie was a jukebox too, just with different pop
you get
songs.
To choose. Okay.
Like they revamp it, I guess. But like that came on and I was like, what the fuck? That song is not from this. Clean. And then the lead actress had a weapon of a voice. Okay. Like the kind of voice where like when she opened her gullet and just went, ah! Like it was like piercing through and so good. But when I tell you her first big like solo number.
Was it shaky?
No. It was the song choices.
What was it?
It's like this like she's like the called like the diamond of the cabaret house.
Okay.
And they're like, she has to like seduce this duke to like pay money because the cabaret place is like failing and going under. And the host guy is like, you have to like seduce him, like do your thing, like be like the diamond that you are. And she goes, she's alone in her boudoir and she goes, do you ever feel?
Stop it right and now.
Feel so paper thin. I literally.
You just gotta ignite.
I had to hold my hand over my mouth because I almost gasped.
Why
They're
did they
making
do
this
that?
talented girl sing Firework. Girl.
You gotta do what you gotta do to make it in the industry.
Yeah, there were some really suspicious song choices, but overall it was a really funny show. And I do have a circle back to this as my psych ward today. But
okay. Did you go out after?
No, there was like an option to, and it was one of those like even on the train home, John was like running into friends that were like, "Oh, I'm like on my way out." Like,
running into everyone this weekend. Into everyone.
Also, which harkens back to
that'll be my psych word actually.
Harkens back to something you said a couple episodes ago of like the way that people from Manhattan think Brooklyn is like
in the ghetto, literally.
In the ghetto.
In the ghetto.
John, one of John's like friends from school was on the train and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to Brooklyn." Like, and he showed us on his map where he's going. He goes, "Is this a safe area?"
Oh my god!
You want to know where it was? Greenpoint. He was like, "Is this a safe area?"
Mama, Greenpoint is the suburbs. Greenpoint is the suburbs.
And then he was like, if I want to leave like the house party I'm going to, are there like any good bars to go to there?
I'm gonna kill myself.
I was like, girl, Brooklyn's like the mecca
Brooklyn
of like
trash.
New York going out places.
That's Manhattan trash. You stopping into an L train vintage begging for a hoodie is Brooklyn trash. Someone asking if Greenpoint is safe is Manhattan trash.
Oh my god, I'm literally shedding a tear under my sunglasses. That's so funny.
And yes, we are in sunglasses because we are just like hungover just from this weekend. Okay, because I was gonna talk about the rest of my night, but that'll be my psych word.
Okay.
Because what are we, 30 minutes in?
Yeah, that was our very quick little cold open. Jesus Christ.
Because oh my god, and then we were doing
because all the signs were there that it was gonna be a good weekend.
The stars were aligning.
The stars were aligned. We're talking about astrology. Non-binary bitches tune in for this one.
What is it? Spiritual psychosis bitches come to the front.
This one is for you. If you've got a tarot deck, turn your fucking volume up. Get your crystals out. Write your 444s.
Girl, one of my favorite astrology memes is that like drawing of that girl at the gas station. Or no, I think she's looking at her credit card. It says -444. She's like, oh my God, angel numbers. That sums up astrology so beautifully. The culture of it at the moment.
What's your sign?
Okay.
I'm a Cancer. Better body built like a dancer.
I forgot about that song, Sweetie.
Sweetie, yeah.
Sweetie.
I'm not a Cancer, by the way. That's just that lyric.
Okay, should we run through our charts?
Yeah.
What's your big three?
Okay, my big three are... Drumroll, please. Surprise to no one. Leo sun.
No surprise there.
Leo moon.
Affirming.
Pisces rising.
So what that looks like is John
loud
in a Speedo.
In a Speedo
at
crying.
the pool, and then going out to Moulin Rouge and then crying at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm. It just
That's
means,
your chart.
It means I'm loud and I'm always the victim. And I'm loud about being the victim. No, I feel like I definitely always I do resonate with like the Leo qualities.
Yeah.
I feel like the Pisces ones to me is just like, I don't know, I'm like, I can like come off as like a sweet baby boy sometimes.
I love a Pisces. Yeah, chill. Okay, I am a Cancer. Well, drum roll. I am I am a Cancer sun, Scorpio rising, and a Gemini moon. No!
Wait,
I
Cancer
love my
sun,
chart.
Scorpio rising, Gemini moon.
I love my chart.
Water, air.
I have. You may be surprised, always hearing about me being late, always hearing about me being anxious. I have no earth in my chart. I do not feel the ground. I've never seen it. Everything.
You feel the earth move under your feet.
Reminds me of the, what is it, 21 Savage lyric, I won't move off my emotions, I'm always thank. I'm the opposite of that. I will always move off my emotions and do my mantras in the mirror.
Yeah. Fierce chart.
I like my chart.
I do that, actually.
What's your Venus?
Virgo. And that makes a lot of
good.
sense. It means I'm a perfectionist when
Methodical. Didn't you? Well, you're the one who had an Excel spreadsheet of your dates, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Right
and
there. You are so your chart. You kind of make me. Okay, there are a few signs that make me believe in astrology because we gotta talk about if we believe in it or not.
Yeah.
I view astrology as like fun. Like I refuse to rely on it for validation or like any sort of thing. I think that is a slippery slope. And if we want to do a callback to the breakups episode, I explained as much as I could within an hour about that dynamic, but astrology and the victim complex had a lot to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
The signs that make me believe in astrology are Geminis, because we're talking Kanye West, we are talking Azalea Banks, we are talking Donald Trump.
Damn.
And then Virgos, we are talking Beyonce.
Uh-huh.
And I always just talk about my friend Dominique, but no one knows who that is.
Is Barack Obama a Virgo or is he a Leo?
I think he's a Leo.
I think he's a Leo. Because Charlie XCX is a Leo.
Okay.
I think Barack is a Leo.
Okay. You're a Leo.
BadJon's a Leo.
Oh, and then Pisces make me too because Rihanna, Bad Bunny, Janae Aiko, whatever. These people, like if you like the best love albums come from Pisces. Taurus is, I don't really know what that is.
Just like boring and lame.
Well,
should we go through like each one?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Starting with,
I feel like I also agree. Like I don't. It's a slippery slope. Mm-hmm. I used to be really invested.
Okay.
Like when I tell you, like maybe this is my Virgo Venus, but I would like have a first date with someone and then watch like 2 hours of content on YouTube. Like this sign and this sign, do they work together? Like I would put all of my eggs in one basket of like betting on it, bet on it. Girl, I had tarot, I had crystals, I had everything.
What age?
College. Like 21.
See,
22.
I will give it to you. I think we need to start getting concerned when you are in your later 20s, like using astrology, and not in a spiritual sense. Like I'm not here to like. I think there is a spirituality to it, like with the tarot and everything, and like witchcraft. Now I think that's legit, especially if you're not white. Like, bro, I think that's tea, and it's like a supplement. But when you are like. It okay, because my spiritual psychosis bestie, like I had to stop myself from really enjoying. I would do something like bad or something.
Okay.
And they'd be like, oh, well, it's because you're a Cancer. Like, who cares? I'd be like, you know what? You're right. You cannot not circumvent, but avoid accountability because of astrology.
For sure. I think, to me, astrology and how it should be used is like an introduction to introspection. And like,
love that.
Getting to like know yourself better, like reading through a chart or a horoscope and either being like, I agree with this or I don't, and then like kind of deciding for yourself like what characteristics of yourself you really stand by.
Exactly. I love that. It is a tool. I think it's a tool.
It's
it should
such a
not
tool.
be. Because also all you astrology bitches who be like, Catholicism crazy. For the man in the mirror, like, girl. Okay.
But also because we can't, like, I feel like astrology with like CoStar, the app was like a huge
mean
thing.
ass bitches.
When we were in college though, where it became like, I'm meeting someone the first time going, what's your CoStar?
Oh, yes.
And then like seeing the next day if we're like compatible as friends.
A beautiful like segue from social media to astrology, because truly I remember the first time someone asked me for my birth chart was with the witchy lesbians in my high school. Like we were all like sitting in the grass for like English class, and they were like, Alexandra, and also I didn't talk to nobody, so I was like, what's going on? And they were like, when were you born? And I said 2:57 p.m. because my mom said I was born right before Oprah came on. And they were like, oh my God, we can't believe you know that. And they like read my chart, and that was before any apps or anything, because astrology slowly got like capitalized on, and now astrology is a part of consumerism.
Yeah.
And that's where like the apps come in.
Yeah.
And CoStar, was huge, and everyone would get their little CoStar notifications, which were mean as hell to Cancers. Let's start there.
They're mean to everyone.
My CoStar, I'd like wake up like a vulnerable teen, and my CoStar would say like, try not to latch on to anybody too much today, bitch. Like, it'd be crazy.
I feel like mine, I'd wake up and it'd be like, don't be near blades today. Don't be near
the sharp objects away
from
her.
Objects away from you. I feel like, because it was that like, there was like some tweet that went around when we were in college. I remember it was like, when like the straight guys would like text their moms like, what time was I born? And the mom's like, stop talking to that girl. Stop talking to that girl.
Yeah, I was never huge on astrological like compatibility, because I'll take whatever I can. I will like whoever I can get, but the only sign that like is on site, and I don't think I'm right now, I'm going through my brain making sure none of my friends are this sign. I've just fought every Aries and had a friendship breakup with every Aries. That gets too close.
Yeah.
I can be like casual friends with an Aries or anything. I don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
Because what Aries do, and I guess because we were going to go around the wheel.
That's the first sign. Aries.
Okay, so we'll start with Aries. What Aries do, to me, I think Aries and Cancers are very bad pairings, because they want to be like the premier vulnerable diva of Bed-Stuy, the way that Cancers are. So they're jealous, because every Aries would be like mean to me in front of people and then apologize to me in private. And Bob the Drag Queen says, if you are going to embarrass me in public, you need to apologize to me in public.
Ooh.
Like, I would be like, what is going on? My high school friend Amanda growing up would be so fucking mean to me in front of all our friends. And then we're like driving home together, and she's like, I'm sorry I said that. I like really like your pants today. You're like really cool. I'm like, get the fuck out of my face.
I really like your pants.
I don't know.
I feel like Aries to me are like babies. Like, which I guess actually they're the first sign, right? So they're like known as like the infant.
Are they the first sign?
Aren't they?
Capricorn is January.
But it's not based on the year. Isn't it based on like something else?
You know, the second I said it, I was like, why would like an ancient thing be based on an American calendar?
Yeah, Aries to me is just like big babies. Like when I think of an Aries, I think of like, who's Jack from The Incredibles?
Oh my God.
Just like a little thing in a diaper that's like head is on fire. It's like what an Aries is to me.
Well, I always say Aries are the water signs of fire signs.
Ooh.
Which is not a good mix.
No.
So Aries, prove me wrong. I'm not going to say.
Prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong. I'm not going to put the kibosh on you, but.
I will. Your
and
time
that's your Leo sister right there.
Yeah, girl, I'm your older sister saying get your shit together.
Okay, Aries, and then it's Taurus. Taurus. My granny was a Taurus. Oh, R.I.P. Granny, I love you so much.
Is she dead?
Yes, last year.
R.I.P. girl. We love you.
Okay, my dear friend Yesenia is a Taurus. But I whenever I see her, I'm like, you shouldn't be a Taurus. But maybe. But yeah, like they say, materialistic and stubborn.
Yeah, I feel like for me, the Taurus is like thinks that they're more interesting than
Is it my friend's birthday? That's tomorrow.
So Taurus to me thinks that they're more interesting than they actually are. Many of my little like Tumblr online boyfriends were Tauruses.
That's social media segue.
I feel like, I think Tauruses are, every Taurus I've met or like known has been like a beautiful person that has kind of like a cherub.
You know what? Glamorous.
Yeah, glamorous to me, almost like cherub like features.
Okay.
And are like very sweet people, but I've always just found them to kind of be like, you're kind of boring. You like think that you're really unique, and but I would say like inherently good people, but just like
that's okay. My dear friend Yesenia is not boring in any which way, but that's also where like the rest of the chart comes into play. But what you said, because she has porcelain skin, like these rosy cheeks. Is so sweet. She's literally Sammy from Jersey Shore. I'm the sweetest bitch you'll ever meet. Like
Ronnie.
Yeah, so good at makeup, very glamorous.
Yeah, I don't like know many Tauruses like deeply very well, but I also I don't know. I feel like they don't do it for me.
Yeah, Taurus. Okay, Aries. I'm ranking 12th. Bottom for me.
I would put Taurus above Aries.
Taurus is in the middle section for me. I'm just a little bit indifferent.
Okay. Yeah.
On to a sign that I am literally obsessed with. Gemini. I fucking love Geminis.
My boyfriend's a Gemini, so I love Geminis. Banks is a Gemini.
Okay.
My dad's a Gemini.
Okay.
See, to me, Geminis, them some fucking crazy bitches.
They're crazy, but like, come on, like we got one life, let's live it.
No, but I've looked the whole thing with I mean, they're known. It's like the duality and like the juxtaposition. Every Gemini I know is like can be the craziest motherfucker in the room, and then the next day or like an hour later, just be like,
oh shit.
Yeah, just be like, so
really?
we like a tea today.
I just think like. Yeah, they make me believe in astrology because truly they just have like a buzzy energy about them and like an on and off that's like crazy. I'm also biased because I love my Gemini moon because that gives me, you know, the gift of gab. It gives me a little wit.
I wanted to have a Gemini placement so bad.
Yeah.
When I found out my chart for the first time, I was... Well, the double Leo, I was like, eh.
You're like, okay, wait a minute.
The Pisces rising, I wanted to kill myself. And
That's the Pisces rising.
And I so badly was like, if I wasn't a Leo, I think I'd want to be a Gemini. I love Geminis.
I think, and I just, they're entertaining. I think Geminis are the entertainers of the zodiac.
Geminis act like they've done a fresh bump every second you talk to them.
And the only quiet Gemini I know is my friend Kate, which like, shout out. And like, she is very prim. You would think she's a Virgo. She's Virgo presenting, but she definitely has that switch.
Yeah.
Where she'll be very quiet. And then suddenly there's like a little bit of a bite to her. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay. Geminis are in my top percentile. They're going to be in my top 4.
They're definitely in my top 4 too.
Yeah.
We'll do a final ranking after, but they're...
Because the next we have...
Boo. Man. You want to talk about real crazy motherfuckers?
Thank
Cancers.
You. Wake it up.
Cancers are what people pretend Geminis are.
Wake it up. I am so sick and tired of the like, oh my God, Cancer's
You're like, give me my flowers.
Give me my crazy flowers, bitch. Can I go spring breakers? Like, that was so crazy. I am so tired of Cancers getting the like, wham, because first of all, you bitches could never. I kind of think that Cancers are the body girls of RuPaul's Drag Race, where they're like, don't stop relying on that body. Everyone's always like, oh my God, like you guys are like so sensitive. it's not my fault that y'all can't get in touch with your emotions, and that when we clock it and you're not prepared for it, that you get defensive and insecure.
I feel like the thing with Cancers is because you're so in touch with your emotions, you can so easily act on them.
Yes.
Cancers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, mama, it's a read. It's a read. But I do also mean it in a good way. Like, yeah. I've never had to question how a Cancer is feeling.
Work.
I know exactly how like my Cancer divas are feeling, and sometimes it's not pleasant, and sometimes it's fucking mean. But it is like, but you know exactly how to like present your feeling.
Well, because that's also why I'm unfortunately gonna expose us Cancers a little bit. We're ran by the moon. You know what the moon does? Manipulate the earth. You know what the moon does? Okay, you know the moon makes them waves crash how they want to. I'm not going to say I'm a little bit like the wizard, but because Cancers are so in tune with their emotions, we know how to do a little puppeteering.
Yeah.
And so a lot of my therapy is, letting go of my manipulative ways, but I'm also incestuous when it comes to Cancers. Like, all my crushes have been Cancers. I am like a water sign only, like romantic type person.
I'm cutting that down on TikTok to just say I'm also incestuous.
Come on, White Lotus.
Come on, White Lotus.
So yeah, Cancers are in my top 3. They might not be my number 1, but they are in my top 3 for sure.
I think I would reluctantly put Cancer above Gemini, only because I and maybe it's like a Leo thing too. Like you are by no means my first Cancer girl that I've had like a quasi codependent relationship with. Like, I feel like since since high school to college, like, every bitch I get super close with has some Cancer in her big 3.
Yes,
because y'all just your big meaty claws, your big meaty claws around me.
Meaty claws.
Yeah, I do love Cancers. Y'all keep me. Y'all age me.
I could talk for days, but for the sake of time.
Because up next.
Oh, yeah.
We got the real divas.
The real divas.
The word on the curb. The word on the curb. On the curb, the Leos.
Y'all make me believe in the Zodiac.
Yeah.
Have y'all met a shy Leo? Like, please sound off in the comments if you have met a shy Leo. I would like to know.
I will. And I'm willing to be open to feedback. And a little bit also, like, I'm not going to sit here and say Leos are the best sign ever. I do think we can tend to be bad people. And I do think we can be really annoying.
Okay.
I do think the benefit of a Leo, though, is that because if like Aries is like a candle, or no, I think Aries is like a campfire. Sagittarius is like a bonfire, and the Leo art planet is the sun. Like, to be loved by a Leo is to feel the warmth. Let me say it.
Sun and moon.
Oh yeah, we are.
Go ahead.
Let me be nice. To be loved by a Leo is to feel the warmth of the sun. Don't roll your fucking eyes at me because you felt it. See through.
I will say that I guess that works for me though, because I'm a Leo Venus.
Yeah.
And that shit hurts. I don't like being a Leo Venus.
Why?
Because I was actually telling my crush this. I was like, yeah, when I'm a Leo Venus, like, what does that mean? I was like, I like flash mob marriage proposals.
Yeah.
I was very into that. It's about big displays of affection.
I do huge displays of affection. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like doing them.
Yeah. I don't really I like getting like, private displays of affection. If I ever, John, I'm talking to you, bitch. If you ever try to flash mob me, mama, I'm pulling out a gun on sight and I'm shooting you square in the middle of your forehead. And I'm shooting every person that tries to pop out and do that improv dance with you. I will do mass murder.
It's true. You are outward because like with your release parties and stuff, you're like, come to my like release party. Where you're like, no one play my song. You're like, when the song comes on, nobody better do anything.
Yeah, when I released my last song, I made everyone come to my house, and then I hid in my bathroom when it played.
That's John.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I don't find Leos annoying because the thing that annoys me with like loud like whatever people is like if it's like insecure or like Leos. Okay, how do I word this? Because y'all do be in denial, but it's like. It's the pride thing. I think I like people with pride because it's very comforting to see someone like be secure within themselves.
For sure, yeah.
Like, I think with Aries, what I get pissed off about is that like the Aries that I've experienced don't take pride in their fire. And that's where it's like, girl, what are we doing here? Like, be you, please. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, because I mean, like Leo's very like self-contained and like self-fueling.
Like,
fire.
I don't know. I think you're the only Leo. August. Now, I will say, as we transition to the next thing, I think if I had to be any other placement, I would be a Leo Virgo cusp.
Really?
Powerhouse.
Yeah.
You have the pride and the passion of a Leo, but then the work ethic of a Virgo.
Workhorse.
So okay, yeah. So Leo is probably like maybe 2 places above. Like I think I'm putting Taurus at 6th because it's truly just indifferent. Leos are in my top 6.
Leo would be my
5.
number 2.
Okay.
Leo's my number 2. I would put like Leo, Cancer, Gemini, and then there's one above it that we'll get to.
I have respect for Leos, but I just don't. They don't come into my life too often.
Yeah, my whole life is about being a Leo.
Until I locked one down, put that lion in a cage.
Okay, but yeah, so Virgos.
I fucking
You're the love of my life.
Love me. Me putting in that video of us singing.
We still grind like we used to, and we got time like we used to. I need more you want me and me. I wanna take you there.
Kiss me, boy.
What is it? 9/4/81 B day. I fucking love a Virgo because also like I've always like dreamed of having a Virgo in my life to like help me get shit together.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand how I don't have any Virgo placements. Not a single one.
I have my Mercury and my Venus are Virgo, and I do.
That's a beautiful thing.
My Venus one makes it but I think the thing with I love Virgos. I think they are like earnest people, like real people. I do think the pendulum swing of a Virgo is that their work ethic can get into like perfectionism.
Yeah.
And me being someone that's like love placement as Virgo means I tend to be very perfectionist about like my partners.
Well, okay, and like romance aside too, the way your platonic love in terms of this is making a lot of sense. I ain't never met a gay be so loyal to their plans in my fucking life. I could come to John and be like, I have front row tickets to Beyonce tonight, and he's like, I'm sorry, I have a movie night.
Yeah, I don't fuck around with my plans.
And I have really like admire you for that. Like that's that Virgo mama.
But here's the thing though, is if you try to make plans with me and you can't lock it down, you're gonna piss me the fuck off.
And it'll also be like, it'll be like, to me, what I would categorize as a casual plan, planned maybe 6 months in advance. You're like, oh yeah, I'm getting ice cream with them on June 2nd. Sorry, I'm busy that day. I'm like, wait. You're like, I have a 1 hour ice cream date on June 2nd. I can't do anything for that time. And so I respect it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I love Virgo. I feel like a lot of my like people in leadership positions that I've known have been Virgos.
My friend, the wee baby Zoe, like anytime we that's the wee baby Zoe. We like always go to movies together and stuff, and they like they've shown me in their planner, like they schedule their hangouts.
I schedule mine too.
You write them down?
Yeah, they're in my Apple calendar.
Girl, oh my god!
But my thing is, I'll forget.
You know, I will too.
Yeah, girl, I know.
And my friend Dominique is a Virgo, and like it was so fun being in like high school with her because she like I just am the opposite of a Virgo in every way. So I love them.
Yeah, I feel like I love Virgos.
I think
so
Virgo's
much.
my number one.
No, they're definitely. I think they'd be like under Gemini, but like they're way up there for me.
People say though, this all like that. Virgo men apparently will dismantle and destroy your entire life.
My first boyfriend was a Virgo man.
How'd that go?
Well, I cheated on him, so. And that's how you turn the table.
Which next
is Libra.
Oh, Asha! You may have heard of her.
You might have heard of her.
Libras.
I know so many Libras.
Now, okay, if Virgo, because Libras know fucking everybody. Every Libra you know has like 20,000 friends.
Yeah.
It's like so I always say that Asha is like the socialite of Seattle.
Yeah.
Like when, pre-relationship.
Hi, Nate. Hi, Nate.
Hi, Nate. But like Rose is a Libra.
Oh yeah.
If you're listening
Olivia
to this,
Rousey is a Libra.
if you're listening to this, you probably know a lot of Libras because Libras know a lot of people.
Yeah.
Incredible at balancing relationships. Will I say, that balance might lean a bit selfish sometimes? But it's like an inspiring selfishness. Like whenever I feel like, but also this is coming from a Cancer that like is like, please cater to me at all times.
Yeah.
When I feel like a Libra is being a bit selfish, I am like inspired because I'm like, that is how people should be living their lives.
Yeah.
It's like a non-negative connotation of selfish. Like it's just the definition of it, putting yourself first.
I feel like I have few Libras that I'm like really close with.
Right?
I do have some.
Air signs.
But I feel like if I'm out at a club or a bar and I meet someone and I'm talking to them for like an hour and they're a stranger, they're probably a Libra.
They're so floaty. I feel like they are the prime air sign. Like if Aquariuses are like the cold side of air, like Libras are like that weird, like they're like a warm breeze. Nice, comforting, but fleeting. Like and Saturday. That's how you get a poetry degree, mama.
Oh my god.
But
yeah, I like Libras. To me would be like in the middle of my ranking.
They're like kind of, yeah. I think they're above a Taurus for me.
Yeah.
So where am I? Well, actually, Taurus might have to be 5th. 5. No. Sorry, 7th. Tauruses are 7th. I think Libras are 6th.
I think Libra would be 6 to me.
Okay, next.
Next is
Scorpio. My dad's a Scorpio.
I don't know too many. Eli's a Scorpio.
Scorpios are the ones. Okay, if Tauruses, like have that glamour, like they say, you look like a Scorpio.
Dingy.
No, like Alexa Demi.
Oh,
is the premier Scorpio of America.
The fox eyes,
like dark features or just like dark vibe.
Under eye bags.
I fucking love my Scorpio rising. Everyone's scared of me until I open my mouth. I love it.
I feel
mysterious.
Like Scorpios are definitely, I interpret them as mysterious.
Overprotective.
I do also sometimes interpret them as like a little woe is me.
Oh yeah, a little edgelord. Which tracks.
Yeah, a little I want to kill my mom.
I want to kill my dad. Yeah. Drake is a Scorpio. I just have to say,
boy, certified pedophile. All Scorpios.
What?
Scorpios are lover boys and pedophiles. Either one or the other. Pick.
So my dad is a Scorpio.
Then he
being the daughter of a Scorpio is the best. I would recommend it to everybody. Bro, really? I get whatever I want when I want.
Damn.
Like although the downside of it is that like my dad was and is so overprotective that like I couldn't like go into Target by myself until I like was 18.
Oh shit.
Like he would be like, Braxton, go into Target with her. And like we're driving somewhere. I'd be like, I don't need that. Like it's insanely overprotective, insanely loving, insanely controlling, I would say.
Shelter diva. Premier shelter diva.
I'm the premier shelter diva. But Alexa Demi, yeah. Scorpio women, hot.
Yeah. I also dated a Scorpio. I've dated a Virgo, a Scorpio, an Aries, and a Gemini. The Scorpio.
That was a crazy lineup.
Yeah, it was, girl.
I think Scorpios for me are like 5th. Wait, my ranking's all over the fuck. All I know those Aries are last.
Scorpio to me would be under Libra. They'd be like kind of low. I just don't like, I don't know. I don't have like anything good to say.
Who's like, well, and also I love all water signs. I love anyone that like is affected by stuff.
I do. And like I love Eli, my roommate who's a Scorpio, but like he's probably one of the few. Oh, I guess my aunt's a Scorpio.
Damn. Fuck her drag.
No, I love her. They'd still be like, I love those people, but the sign itself would be low for me.
Oh, and they're the most prevalent sign because I think they're 9 months after Valentine's Day. Moving on.
Chicka bow wow.
Do we have Sag?
Sag.
They make me believe in the zodiac.
I don't know shit about Sagittarius.
I think Emma is like the premier Sagittarius of Ridgewood.
I guess I get that because my interpretation of a Sag is like
go. Yeah. Like the emotions do not sink deep.
What's that,
so loving, so caring.
What's that Dr. Seuss's Go Dog Go?
It's actually Go Dog Go.
They're like, always coming up. They're that bitch that's always coming up in a new hat. They're like, do you like my hat?
Sagittariuses are like I just know. Like I also find Sagittarius like so hot because I think like passion and decisive. Well, not like they're not indecisive because they'll just do both. Sagittariuses are not indecisive because they'll choose both options. And it'll be like, oh my God, hot dog or pizza? Let's get both. Let's share. Let's do this. Let's make a plan. Da-da-da-da. Might not show up to that plan, but like,
¿Por qué no los dos?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Yeah, I
Nicki Minaj is a Sagittarius, so you know I'm an optimist. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's that line? I'm in my prime, optimist.
Yes,
Sagittarius,
so you know I'm an optimist.
Girl, that Nicki she really does it.
But yeah, also Sagittariuses are plagued with the like pre-holidays birthdays. We are now entering the birthday complex. People with birthday complexes.
Yeah,
because that's a tough one.
The Capricorns.
Is that next?
Yeah. Was Jesus a Capricorn or a Sagittarius?
I stand by that really funny tweet that says, ain't no way someone that generous is a Capricorn. Because you guys, have you heard about Capricorn mothers?
Not too much of my girl. That's my sister. My sister's a Capricorn.
My brother. That's my mother. That's my cousin. That's my auntie. That's Mandy.
Y'all see the way she talks at me? No friends, no bitches, no job.
Sorry, let me dial it down a little bit. But
my sister's a Capricorn, and I do think she's one of the most generous people I know. But do I think it's because of her Capricorn sign? No,
perhaps not.
No, Capricorns to me, big and greedy.
Capricorns. I love a Capricorn.
I mean, I love Capricorns.
My like best friend that like I had a got a little toxic here and there, but like now we're good. Like, is a Capricorn. This is my like college best friend. And like, because it opposite side of the zodiac, so they're my puzzle piece. Okay, you know when people talk about Beyonce's mom being a Capricorn and how Beyonce will be like, oh my God, Solange, I love you so much, and then like she'll talk about Beyonce and be like, here she is. the all you need to know about my Capricorn mother is that like big and greedy. She like we were always going on a family vacation, and I remember I was like having a phase of being like kind of really scared with planes. I think I was like maybe like 6 or 7 or something, and we're like about to board our plane, and I'm like, mommy, but mommy, what if the plane goes down? And she looks at me and she goes, then we die. And I said, wait, no, you know what happened before? I kept being like, is the plane gonna go down? She's like, no. And I was like, but how do you know? And she's like, well, Alexander, if it does, we won't even be here for me to be right or for me to be wrong.
No passengers on my plane. Yeah, I feel like my overarching thing about Capricorn is I think Capricorns are the real workhorses.
Oh yeah.
Like I think Virgos get the like the flowers for it, but I think Capricorns are the real ones. And yeah, I stand by like my sister is one, and while I love her, and she will always rank in my top 5 of my life.
Hi, sister.
The Capricorns, and she's not gonna fucking listen to this.
Oh,
the Capricorn sign itself is probably pretty low for me.
Yeah, also
it's down there with Aries. Hi girls. Hi girls.
But I will say, yeah, having a Capricorn mother is watching someone have a birthday complex. Because my mom, first of all, okay, that's the last thing I'll say.
Oh, I gotta go over this.
Okay, my mother had a complex about her birthday because it's early January, and she like would get her birthday presents like combined with Christmas, and so she's finally getting over it, right, in her 60s. You know what her birthday is? January 6th.
And where was your mom? And where was your mom on January
6th? Listen. My mother may live the life of a conservative woman, but that is a liberal diva.
Wait, this is so funny because your black mom's birthday is January 6th. My white sister's birthday is MLK Day.
Hey!
And she always had her birthday off of school, which she loved.
Is it January 19th?
16th.
Oh, my brother's January 19th. We're not even done yet.
We have 2 more.
Aquarius is flighty weird bitches.
No, they're my number 1.
Are you kidding?
That's like my sister. That's my sister sign. Like Aquarius is the opposite.
Oh, that's Leo. Your puzzle piece.
It's my puzzle piece. And here's the Aquarius is they get the whole thing that like they think they're so weird and
they are weird.
Yeah, that's my thing. Tauruses think they're weird.
Talk about it.
Aquariuses are fucking weird.
Wake it up.
But the thing, because Aquariuses are the opposite end of Leo. The thing with Aquariuses is they got ego involved in them too, but it's way more hidden. And they got ego about like their theories.
That's why they're so
their
political.
Ideologies. Yeah, because their ego is about like the thoughts that they have.
Yes.
Where Leos are just like the way that they're perceived.
Okay, Aquarius is really walk it like they talk it, because one of my favorite white girls, Erica, I always say her last name, but I'm not going to put her on blast. Her name's Erica.
Okay.
I'm talking white, blonde, like, was born in Taylor Swift's image. Like, truly. Every day, if not every other day, she got some protest on her story. She got some infographic on her story. But it's not just like the love everyone once. It is like in your face, like could get fired from her job, like Black Lives Matter type everything. So Megan Thee Stallion is Aquarius.
Missy's an Aquarius.
That tracks.
Cassie's an Aquarius.
That tracks.
I keep my Aquarius
Opinionated.
bitches on my fucking hip.
Okay.
Kenzie was an Aquarius rising. My Aquarius girls are in a crib on my hip. I take care of those babies. Those are my divas.
Opinionated.
I love it. That's my number one placement for all time. I love an Aquarius.
I love that.
Last but not least, Pisces.
I love a Pisces.
I go back and forth.
Have you ever felt the love of a Pisces?
No.
Damn. It's so like beautiful and serene, and like as someone who, the Gemini moon and the wackadoo personality, Pisces are just always they're just so this.
Neutral?
Not neutral, but just like
even keeled?
Like the crush is a Pisces. I don't know what.
No.
Say your piece.
You got the wrong one.
I got the right one.
You got the wrong. Mama, Pisces are like, well, I guess because their whole thing is like they go with the flow. But I do feel like I might. Actually, I think you got me.
No, you know what I will say though. You know what I will say though. What I was like, if you say this, raise your hand if you've been victimized by an insecure Pisces.
Mama, that's me too.
My childhood best friend, the one that I had a toxic friendship with, Megan, is a Pisces. And Megan in middle school, I was singing, and big girls don't cry. She looked at me and she said, Alexandra, you can't sing that song. You're too skinny. That's someone who would be like,
she said we gotta fatten you up first.
That was the one who was like, oh, you only got 53. You only got 53 happy birthdays. That's crazy. And 10 years later, she like sent me an Instagram DM. She's like, I just want to apologize for the way I treated you.
Yeah.
And a secure in their lane Pisces, the best person you'll ever meet. An insecure Pisces will actually send you to therapy. I
feel like my spark notes of Pisces is like dreamy.
Dreamy Rihanna.
Rihanna. The most artistic people.
Bad Bunny.
Potentially their art might not be good, but they're gonna keep making it. and I gotta respect that. That
is Carlos Pisces. You see like that like chill, like there's like a grounded nature to them. Pisces are the earth signs of the water signs.
I agree,
yeah.
The word on the curb. On the curb.
I guess final thoughts in a way, like don't rely on the zodiac like that, bro.
Yeah, because everything that we said is kind of hogwash.
It's a hogwash. It's like, fun. It's like
fun to like read the signs.
Yeah.
But it's like,
and I do that whole theory about like because we're like crushed up stars or whatever, like because what matter cannot be created or destroyed. I like that kind of tracks, and like I see little hints of it, but it is just a slippery slope into spiritual psychosis.
Yeah.
TikTok astrology, get the fuck out of my face, bro. The friend that I had the horrendous breakup with used to be like, they like were in the live streams like paying the people who like the ones who make the TikToks and be like, this is for you. Like it's literally televangelista.
Linda Televangelista.
Okay.
But yeah, speaking of psychosis,
spiritual psychosis. We'll send you to the Sike ward.
I remember when I lost my mind. Okay, so my psych ward is it's an extension or like the final thought of me going to see Moulin Rouge on Broadway.
Okay.
So I was sitting in like row J or like really close to the stage, and when the show started, so in front of John and I was this like old Batman, like
Batman,
like old bat, you know what I mean?
Yes.
A man that was an old bat, and he was, you know, like husky guy, like just sitting there with his white hair and his little like button down shirt. And this woman comes to the show after the first number, so she's like escorted by the usher. She was a big girl. She was a big girl to the point where I definitely like John and I kind of like looked at each other and were like, because theater seating is criminally small.
It's fat phobic.
It's fat phobic that I was afraid that because it was like the wooden armrest. Oh. I was afraid that it was going to be like she tried to sit, she couldn't, and would have to like kind of make a scene because she was like in one of the first rows.
That's so sad.
So she sat down and like she was good.
Okay, good.
But then during intermission, old Bat is on his phone, and you know how old people got that their text on 200%.
No. Yes. What did it say?
He was texting his friend, and he went, "This big fat bitch is sitting next to me," and he said, "She's circus big, like eat a salad every once in a while big." I saw it on the phone, gasped, and was like, John, look. And I was like, it was to a point where I was like, should I like tap him on the shoulder and be like, hey, you need to put your phone away.
Fucking cunt.
You're being really fucking like woman hating to this woman who hasn't done anything wrong. I will say,
Stop.
She was spilling into his seat a little bit, but like he was definitely leaning over, but I'm getting teary-eyed.
She has every right to.
She has every right to. It's her body. Like it's every right.
She bought her ticket.
And also, like, seating should be more, like, body conscious.
Yes.
But, so I see that. I'm like, should I say something? He swipes up, goes to a different message thread, sends a meme with a cat that someone goes, "Happy Catter Day." And then opens up Grindr. And I was like, you know what? I thought it was some straight man, like, body shaming a woman because she wasn't thin.
Never.
It was
that was a gay.
Some 80-year-old
catty. That was a theater gay.
That was an 80-year-old catty theater gay. It was like this big fat bitch will rot in hell.
Body. The second you said it, I was like, oh, this is some like bitter old theater gay.
But I will say my new vocal stim is circus pig. Like, as mean as that was, that is so fucking funny. Oh my god. So yeah, that sent me to psych ward. But I will say,
went first. That is so good.
My initial response was to come and defend. Well, and then I told John on the train ride home, I was like, because I felt so bad for her, because I was like, what if she saw it?
Yeah.
And I was like, I really wanted to like go up to her at some point and be like, oh, like you look so pretty today, or like I love your hair. And John was like, you're gonna go up to some girl with undid hair and go, I love your hair today. So.
Oh my
Moral of the
God.
Moral of the story.
Happy Catter Day.
Moral of the story. Happy Catter Day. Old people, get a fucking screen protector that like disguises your phone, or turn your goddamn size down.
And you know, was he holding it? Because you know how they have like short vision when he holds it. Like,
yes, it's like 2 inches.
He might have something like circus big.
And he's like typing like one finger at a time.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that sent me to the psych ward. Old bad. What sent you to the psych ward?
Oh my God. Okay, what sent me to the psych ward? Well, I'm trying to. Okay, this is just kind of like a kooky little story. It's not necessarily like, oh my God, I felt crazy, but it wasn't like offensive crazy.
Okay.
Last night, Frankie texted about like literally said, oh, me and Tomas, because Tomas is like all these like lesbian friends, like truly was like, oh, I'm going to this psychoanalytic queers like architect Bed-Stuy birthday party, and they said bring friends as they don't want to come. And I was like, well, yes, I love a nice New York apartment. And so this is also why I'm whooped today, because I was out till like 3 at this really nice apartment. How come Frankie and Tomas meet me and Libe at a bar, and then we're like, okay, let's walk on over. And I specifically picked this bar because it was close to the apartment.
It was Barb's.
Yeah, Barb's. And so, were you stalking my location? You crazy. we walk out of Barb's. We pull up. Like, and I remember thinking, like, okay, the apartment's like 2 blocks away. We walk like 10, like maybe a block, and Frankie's like, okay, here it is. And I'm like, oh, I guess I was wrong. We bust through the door. It's a pitch black party. First of all, they're playing Nosebleeds by Doechii. I was like, Frankie, where'd you take me to?
Okay.
Like, I guess I'll never. Like, so psychoanalytic queer, bedside queer architect. They're playing Doechii. It's pitch black. There's tinsel everywhere. It's a short ceiling. We're like looking for the birthday girl. We like go to the backyard to look for drinks. There's no drinks anywhere. Everyone's holding like White Claws. I'm like, wait, why is everyone like 21? We're at the wrong party.
No fucking way.
4 of us, tall ass bitches. Frankie's like 5'9". Tomas is like 6 foot. I'm 5'8". Libe's not that tall, but whatever. We busted into big body busted into a college party.
You know, they're like, what are these old gay bitches doing in this apartment?
We like, Tomas was like looking for the birthday girl, like, huh. And then Frankie was like, wait, what was the address again? And I got to show you the poster too. Frankie goes, guys, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. We busted into a New York apartment.
And the door was just unlocked?
The door was unlocked. And we just walked straight in.
That is so funny.
And we're looking for drinks. And like and that's when the first thing, because it's classic college party where like, bring your own beer is not a joke. It's like everyone will be holding onto their own alcohol and hiding it.
So you all just walked in and were like, where are the drinks?
We walked in, we were like, where's the drinks? Where's the birthday girl? And like we just kept looking at people and they were looking at us and we were like, huh.
That's so funny.
We walked in. I don't think I've ever done that in New York before. Confidently barged into someone's apartment and tried to steal alcohol.
Moral of the story: turn down the Zoom on your phone and lock your fucking apartment doors. Jesus Christ, y'all. Stay
the music
safe.
was so good though.
You were
like, I guess we'll never.
No, Frank, you're like, you want to go, and we're like, really? Can we like stay for one more song?
We kept making a joke, being like, we can always just go back to the other party. But
that's funny. Damn.
Yeah, and I guess it was a Pisces birthday, so to wrap it all together,
make it full circle.
Yeah, just like the zodiac that we ran through. Aries, do better.
Aries, do better.
Take your bins out. We didn't say
Aries,
it.
take your bins out. It's trash day. Yeah, get them all in at the end. Yeah, Aries, take your bins out.
Yeah, and we will see y'all next time. Bye.